Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Is it on? Hello. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tuesday's stream over twitch.tv/The Slayer Giant and youtube.com/@The Slayer Giant. It is me, Alex, aka The Slayer Giant, coming back for my playthrough number 2, day 2 for my full playthrough of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. So, sweet. Yeah. I needed to do a few extra tweaks with audio because yesterday people were telling me my audio was sounding a little low from my mic, and it was because NVIDIA Broadcast was messing me up with the noise reduction, despite the fact that my gains were basically full. So I'm gonna be continuing my playthrough of Metroid. I played it for close to 3 hours yesterday. I got to the first desert dungeon, which is kind of like this motorcycle factory, which looks pretty creepy. It's kind of like a castle-like factory almost. And so far, I'm enjoying the game. I don't think it's super great so far. It feels more like a comfort food Metroid Prime game for me, but I'll take my comfort food video game any day of the week. So, just like yesterday, I'll be playing with the separate Joy-Cons because pointer controls is how you should do it when it comes to Metroid. And Louis, sorry that I couldn't call. I couldn't talk with you today because when you asked me to call, like, I messed up my back and I needed to put some cream, so that delayed my stream for like an hour. So I'm live now. Let's see how long I go. 2 or 3 hours. Is it me or my camera's cutting? Okay. No more enough yapping. Let's go. So, and time to kill the music. And water bottle moving. And time to switch HDMI. It's gonna mess up for a little bit. There we go. And having the chat ready on this side of the screen. I love it. It's like, when it comes to vibes and presentation, this game's a 10 out of 10. That's always been Metroid Prime to a T, and they nailed it, I would say. So, and the annoying character is certainly annoying, but I don't think it's as super annoying as people are saying. Hey Eric, welcome. You're worried this game was gonna make you regret selling your Switch 2? You feel nothing? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't say that this is a, oh my god, you have to buy a Switch 2. Like, if you have a Switch 1, apparently I think that version's still pretty good. So, but I wouldn't say it's like, oh my god, everything has to stop for this. At least with what I played. But from a presentation standpoint, it's like, it's what I said in the Metroid Prime Remaster review. It's kind of wild remembering when there was a time when Nintendo could put out something and be like, oh man, it's like a industry-leading graphic art and all of that before they kind of fell behind. So, and also, did you really sell your Switch 2? You regretted it? Oh, this is the problem of having to play pointer. I haven't wanted to drink water. You got the Prime Remaster and play maybe in like an hour. Yeah, you have to be very in the mood for like the loneliness and the obtuseness of that game. Wait for the Switch to OLED. 100% understand. Because playing on handheld and seeing that it's an LCD screen, not too great, for sure. Wow, I'm actually like trying the mouse controls now. Oh shit. I have to get used to the mouse controls. Go down, let me see. Yes. Yeah, that's what I did yesterday. So. Yeah, I wouldn't call the shooting particularly great. Yeah, so I won't dispute that. And I also won't dispute that Nintendo does get a pass. Though, to be fair, this game didn't quite get a pass. Like, it's got an 80, which is super rare for a Nintendo game. If you had told me to make a bet, like what this would have scored, I would have said a 90 at the minimum. Selects pack. Oh man, there's like they the people that compare Prime 1 to Halo, they can go suck it. Like, there's no comparison whatsoever, and especially if you compare it to the original GameCube version that didn't even have dual stick controls, like back at launch. Like, no comparison. The only thing that Metroid absolutely, like, I would say people could make an argument was better was in the graphics. And it was set as such back then. Yep. The original, yep. And the things, both of them, both Halo 1 and Metroid, had 97. But one was more an adventure game that just happened to be in first person, and the other one was an actual first person shooter. The Nintendo anti-tax. To be fair, remember, Nintendo wasn't as beloved back then. Like, more people were harder on them, and the GameCube didn't sell as much either. What is scanning? Displaying vehicle manufacturing. Going down with the bike. But with this bike is weirdly giving me Arkham Knight Batmobile vibes. Like, which is a worrying sign. How since Halo got brought up? Happy 4 years, Halo Infinite? Yep. Yeah, that generation in particular was like, the rules were different for sure. But I still argue the only time that people really started to care about first party was when Sony started making it a big deal on PS3 because they had nothing else. So and then even then like Xbox had a shit ton of exclusives, like in that generation because they kind of needed to. They're like the new kid in the block. Oh yeah. That's that's so wild. That's right. Who did that game? B is the this motorcycle is controlling a little bit like booty. And to that point, Eric, it's like you could see that like very clearly, like even in the games that started exclusive and then they ported over, like Splinter Cell and some Rainbow Six games, huge quality gap. Like massive quality gap between the Xbox and PS3 and GameCube versions. I'm gonna Wikipedia that game later. I want to see like who they credited for the that Gen game. Interesting. Yeah, that was just the era. It was like they would just publish whatever. Back then, it only mattered if it was exclusive or not. Like, I mean, that was like the era, the Final Fantasy exclusive, the Devil May Cry exclusive. They lost Resident Evil to GameCube for a little bit. Like. Scan the flying target while driving the Viola. Okay. He retired. He retired in shame after that game. Yes, it's I played 2,034 hours, played 256 games, Platinum 3. My title was role player. I was meaning to share it in the SG chat. I forgot I shared it in my Discord. It's which, if curious, let me see. Feel free. Yes. When I saw that it was about 2,000 hours, I was like, dang. I can't wait to check my Xbox Wrapped if they do one too. Nice, you went harder on the plats this year. Yeah, I intentionally like cut back after Rebirth broke me last year. And I only got the that's yes. Okay, yeah. They would do that. Hey Copilot, what was my Xbox summary for 2025? So my plats this year were E33, Ghost of Yote, and unfortunately Mind's Eye. But Mind's Eye just literally gives you that platinum just for finishing it. So that game sure loves branding you with the Scarlet Letter. But I mean, patch 1.6 is available now, so they swear they fixed it. I doubt it. Objectives complete. Proceed. What were your plats, Eric, if you're still there in chat? What was your PlayStation journey this year? Cowabunga never yield. Ooh, nice. Is that an easy plat? Huh. And I have a Cowabunga. Wukong, I remember. Oh yeah, you did. You got that super early this year. Nice. You got Kasan. E33, nice. Ripped Apart was also a very easy one. Yeah, I can't imagine with Kasan. Yep. I had to let go of that one. Zelios. Nice. I'm trying to think what was gonna be my Rodriguez this year. I might give it to Shadows. Even though I scored it an 8, I think I should have given it a 7. I've grown to dislike that game as the year has gone by. And the Attack on Titan thing really soured me. Yeah, both that one and 2 were platinums I considered this year, and I was like, nah, I don't think I want to do a grindy platinum right now. Ooh, that's a nice platinum. I mean, that's a nice Portal game. Oh, I got like close to 200 hours on my Portal, according to my rap. Portal's really goated. Like. Dude. Yeah, Neo broke me, the boat boss. I couldn't do it. I'm very curious for Neo 3 though. Yeah. I wish I had played the demo. It was too bad that I was at SGF when they did the demo. Because I've heard a lot of good things. Was it really 120? Huh. And I do have a 120 monitor, so I'm actually testing. What in the diagonal shit was that? Dude, the pro version of Ninja Gaiden 4 like also does the 120. They do know how to optimize for sure. Because you always knew even from back in the day that frame rate was more important. And it's not like their games look bad either. The Windows version. This now. There we go. Yeah, when boss fights is literally just wailing and wailing and wailing, they're not that exciting in this game. Ooh, is that the psychic boots? A second jump while airborne. Psychic platforms can now be stood upon once they have been materialized. I played it for like an hour the day that it came out, and I've been meaning to go back to it. It seemed really neat, and I got to the part where you find the first monster that pursue you. So it does get the scary vibes right, for sure. Oh, Eric, did you go back to Destiny? This like for Renegades. Master teleporter key. Well, the key is required to activate the master teleporter in Crown Tower. Total of 5 keys must be collected. The big disadvantage of the pointer that sometimes depending on the angle after a cutscene you can get on the fritz. Yeah, you're pretty set with those games so far. For sure. Yeah, I think Skid Story, isn't it out today or is it tomorrow? I'm trying to remember why, like, when it came out, because I'm really interested in that one. And I know it's on PS Extra, so... And also me, because I'm very, I'm financially irresponsible. I got this one today, too. The Hyrule Warriors game. It was the 8th. Okay, that makes sense. On Halo's, Halo Infinite's birthday, basically. Uplink Station for the Administrator. Right, the most anti-Nintendo you've been since the Wii. I don't blame you. Me, I'm still Stockholm Syndrome Nintendo. They're on cooldown. Power distributor maintenance hash. Normal device operation suspended. Appears loose and could be torn free. I guess I need the grappler for that. No, I don't want to go there. Crap. Get a Decolet play Indies and Moonlight AAA games. What do you mean Moonlight? Is it like do you mean like waiting for sales for those and all that? And is that what you mean? That makes sense. Yeah. I am actually like because speaking of the Steam Deck, I'm really curious about the Steam machines. Whenever they finally deliver the prize, I want to see like I want to see how that goes. So here. Because my brother's coming home and I've been using his PC that that he built. Dang, and how was the latency that way? Because at that high frame rate, I can imagine was like hold on. Let me check them. Felt the same as a Portal, but looked better. That's actually, yeah, that's actually really tempting. Yeah, just on that bitrate alone, I can imagine it's just a much cleaner image. Because there's some games where that 15 megabyte really messes up the look of some games. Like, for example, when I play Ubisoft games, they look so grimy on the Portal. Like, I try to do shadows in the Portal, and whenever you are outside, like out in the jungle and all that, especially at night, it would get like all like pixelated, no matter like the no matter the internet speed. So currently maintenance mode activity using the linked bomb slot. So currently offline. Yeah, anything with like the green foliage would get screwed for sure. Yeah, the art direction of this place is phenomenal. I still remember you playing and Platinum and Wukong on a Portal is what got me to buy mine. Hey, it's the same art guys from Halo 4 and 5 that originally were from Retro Studios. They went to 343 and then came back. So the art direction of Halo 4 and 5 is overhated, I would say, and underrated. Those games look great. Nova Founder, welcome! Yeah, I remember back in 2012, like when I first started, like when the previews for Halo 4 started coming out, I was like, why does this look like Metroid Prime? And I remember it was the Ryan McCaffrey preview he mentioned. It's like, yeah, the former Retro Studios people are like all over the art, and that's why like the game looks like this. I was like, that's such a great get, getting the people from Retro Studios to go over for Halo. We are now in the empty desert where we're gonna go to entrance to Fury Green, Crown Tower. This is as far as I can zoom out right now. Yeah, let's go clockwise. Yep. Precisely. Mako War flashbacks. Oh man. Emits ultrasonic waves from overhead to detect and map the positions of valuables in the area. An electric shock will activate it. Okay, I don't have quite electricity yet, so... Were the crystals I broke early on yesterday. Soul Valley. Oh man, barely any music here. I wish I had a amiibo to put the music on. I wish I had my amiibo. My $30 microtransaction to put the music on. You're to love space exploration. It's possibly the most boring shit imaginable. Maybe what's this tournament? Funny enough, Nova, me too. Death Stranding made me like appreciate kind of like the space between spaces. But also that game, because they gamified the traversal of spaces, made me appreciate that more, because other games make just moving through empty space like so unimaginative and boring. So. Yeah. I watched that review and I'm already breaking those crystals because of that. Because it's like the typical Metroid. It's a typical Metroid BS that, like, if you catch it early, they will tell you what the end game grind's gonna be, and if you're not diligent, you can like really get screwed. Why is my? What the fuck is happening to my camera? Like, it's like it keeps like cutting. I don't know why. You get it's no big deal because you get the music for free, New Game Plus, Nintendo anti-tax. I tell you, a lot of people love making excuses for Nintendo. It's funny, isn't it? Their fountain of goodwill is endless, no matter what. Unless it was the Wii U era, when they had no goodwill. Yeah, let me check that as a screenshot real quick. Let me see, Nova. Ooh, that's a nice. That's a nice screenshot. Yeah. Oh no, and in the Discord, in our Discord, you should post these pictures there in the photo channel. Like, I created a photo channel last week, so yeah, feel free to post all the sick pictures. You only hate on Pokemon from Nintendo. Yeah, I mean it's. Pokemon is worth hating right now with every fiber of our beings. They're the epitome of laziness. Why is there a red sign here? What is? Fire blocker. Transfer the device, design, use, and technology from both the machine. Gonna try to eat the moon and Skate Story. Awesome, Eric. Yeah. Let me know how it is. I'm interested in Skate Story for sure. And yes, no, I got the double jump after the boss fight at that place. So, what was I? Okay. So, with the unlock, remove system will operate normally. So I assume I'm gonna get an upgrade. So. Yeah, there's Quiet and then there's Metroid Prime. Quiet. let's play the shit. frame rate stutter. Yes. In fact, thank you for that, Nova. I hope this doesn't get my... but let's put the background music ourselves. Yep. Literally you and your thoughts. They are evolving. Stay there. God. This is the problem of trying to like type something on my, my keyboard while I have this thing. Okay, let me see here. Near Automata OST. Hopefully you can hear it. Yeah. Let's put it on like as we go through the desert. Thank God. Yes. That's always my fear. Like the E33 soundtrack's also not copyrighted, which is so amazing. Yes. I remember those vibes real well. Especially when I was doing it in the moon. I remember you could go, like you could ride the Mac on the moon if I remember. R.I.P. birds. There we go, that's my song, my favorite. I think I've just made this better just by playing that song. I love this. This is one of my all-time favorite songs. I don't know why it fits so well as I'm riding with the motorcycle. That's a big desert. Right? It fits so well, it's insane right now. Another key there. To the left. Front tower is there. That's a shrine. I've wanted to replay Nier 2 Nova. It's just the fact that the full experience of that game is doing all the endings. And I like that game, but it's like I feel the gameplay can't quite usually sustain the full, because the story is amazing. Like the story is worth it, but the gameplay I don't think sustains the full 40-hour experience for me. So God, I love Nier so much. What a phenomenal story. Green is where I was, so I've gotten 2 keys. So 3, 4, and 5. Man, I'm enjoying just vibing with to the Nier music right now. It's so funny. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this song in particular ready to play every time that I go to the desert because it just plays so well. Which is kind of insane. Hexas TRFF, thank you for the follow. And you got banned too. Not let them bots. Alright, let us. We're gonna go to that shrine that we saw down there. What volcano? That one? Yeah, that's where I'm gonna go next. Keep immersion going at least. Cool, thank you for the pointer there. Oh, dang. This is an interesting... This is how, like, mouse controls work with the dual stick. Maddie's new video. Oh, did he do a video for KOTOR or for Divinity? I have not checked YouTube today, so I'm gonna go watch that after. I did see him in Summon Signs where he got to deliver his Divinity bet too. So. I tell you, I feel so bad for him, knowing that KOTOR is his favorite thing ever, that he's gotten screwed this bad for so long with that remake. I hope he gets it. For his sake. It would be wild if it's the old Divinity, like old action RPG Divinity. I was actually reading about it when the whole thing in our Discord was happening. We're having that discussion. We made it here. Let's see where And kind of like what Butch and Angel were saying at our Discord is like the only way that I also see it, and that if it's Larian doing a new Divinity, it has to kind of like the way they have to sell it is that we got the new money from BG3. It's gonna look like BG3, and it's from the studio that brought you BG3. It's like the only way that you're able to sell that, basically. Volcano entrance. I guess this is the volcano, not the other place. Cool. That it gives me double audio there. I'm so used to the other control scheme now. Have to make sure that I'm aware of it's better pause if I'm going to type anything, because that's kind of like the only thing that's screwing me over. Yeah, I have to believe, Noah, that they're not gonna make it look like Divinity Original Sin, and that the only reason why Original Sin 1 and 2 look like that was because of their lack of budget. That they probably didn't have at the time that they now do after the $15 million, like the 15 million copies sold with BD3. So they're certainly not strapped for cash this time, and because they're no longer have to license anything, they probably have more money in the bank. So I actually really like how this place looks. And I can only see Jeff promoting a game from a studio that's already like had presence at the Game Awards. The Game Awards always has had that kind of nepotism. Hey, yeah, they did the Akira slide. If you look at Hellcat's games, they aren't pretty, and that's what is a big deal on this RPG. Yeah. Yeah, like BG3 looking like that was almost kind of like an anomaly, right? Like it looked unreasonably good for. Yeah, of course that'll happen. Crap. Shit. Yeah. Yeah. There's a certain threshold with a with a casual, especially when it comes to visual acceptance in the day in today's modern day and age, that unless they're like highly educated, like the people that are like highly educated in the into like the history of game making and all of that, they if they have that kind of curiosity, they would appreciate going back to like a Divinity Original Sin 2 after playing a BG3. But I do see like BG3 as like, oh yeah, this is like what this genre could be when there's actual money put into it, and I feel that's like where those casuals would be would like remain. So it's kind of like a niche within a niche in a way. So. But that's kind of like I don't think like I think my message got lost in all that conversation there today when I said that would we consider part of Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age Inquisition CRPG too? Like, I know they are considered Western RPGs, but I think there's some CRPG element to elements of the gameplay of that game, especially if you play Dragon Age Origins in like on PC. Ghost metal using high heat arc plasma. And I'm gonna get it the plasma beam. That'd be sick. Oh, please tell me I can absorb that. Fire chip acquired. Chip made by the Lemorn, the Galactic Federation engineer level 4 hire can modify this chip and integrate it into your suit. Okay. I can kind of see that. Yeah. like that evolution from CRPG to WRPG. So. There's something down there. Let's go look. Push. She's burning. She's burning. Rockfall has blocked the passage. The debris is made of extremely durable cornicite ore. Or is it a really cool cornicite? (2023) 2023 is the only time that you were pulling for a game to win Game of the Year. Yeah. No, I 100% agree. Like with the whatchamacallit, like that idea of wanting that game to win. It's kind of like me pushing, like ultimately being okay with Astrobot winning last year, because it was showing the industry you should do more games like this, like for real. And when one of those games wins, is what kind of gives the carte blanche to get for other developers to be like, there's something here that we can do then, so let's do it. So yeah, I totally get it. And it's like, and if E33 wins this year, which is, of course, is gonna win. It's gonna, like, the fix is set at this point. Yeah, I need to see this picture. Let me see. Let me send me. Yep, you've come a long way with the visuals, with that thing, for sure. We're outside. It is time. Yeah, definitely show me how Rogue Trader looked. station's there, and then to the left. Layering creates a portrait from the character. Now it's here to use. Usually Google D&D character class X and use it as portrait. Then you try to make your Scopes picture with the shitty options. We have made it. Machine air cargo transport system. Alright, let me see. Ooh. Oh, nice. I see what you mean with the portrait. You gotta looking pretty close. Same year, millions and millions of dollars in difference. And an early access period, too. A 3-year early access. And a Google Stadia exclusivity window. Yeah, it's certainly like a genre that went from prominence to niche and now back to prominence, at least from, like, with a very big AAA effort. But I get your perspective, kind of like how you see it with like the with like it being more of a niche, that you see the niche of the niche. Especially since you're more in the PC land. Makes more sense. Thank you for that. The bots are out in droves today.
Come on, show me what you found in Flare Pool. Alright, what do you got? It looks like a circuit, and it seems like there's a chip inside. Okay, let me analyze it. Lemoyne Tech is really interesting. Oh, this is fascinating. I see. This program converts the energy that the device emits into thermal energy and highly amplifies it. If I tweak it and integrate it into your arm cannon, you should be able to use another new shot type. Ta-da! Give her a try.
Initial tap accessible fire shots launch high heat rounds consuming one-shot ammo. Press down to activate the fire shot sub-weapon, then press R to fire. The fire shot causes targets to briefly... Okay, so it's like kind of like a sort of missile replacement.
You can now use the fire shot. You can shoot projectiles with extreme...
Yeah, the aura farming of Samus is out of this world.
If you find anything else, bring it into me. I'm dying to do more experiments. Burn it all down with fire shot.
Right, not quite. Still need a powerful weapon for that. There we go. We've unlocked this. Search of electricity, so I assume I'm gonna get an electricity-based gun. And a nice one, too. Let me...
Hey, welcome back. Good luck out there, Samus.
What was it? Yeah, the green crystal thing was over here. Yeah, he is... I think the hatred for this guy is a little overblown at this point. Like, I thought he was gonna be more overbearing than he's actually been. He's annoying for sure. But it's like, I've been left alone for so long, for so many spots that I'm like, okay, yeah, they probably like overly criticized that aspect of the game, I would say. But to each their own. Green crystals have been successfully deposited. Exactly, like, we know Claptrap. It's not even remotely close to worse Claptrap. Right, I don't even have to go far, like, look at Forspoken.
Well, hello there, stranger. I'll be here.
I think that game was a little bit more overbearing in having an annoying character kind of like pestering you, like with Cuff. So that's another good one. Oh, what have I got you contemplating now? Oh yeah. Yep. Especially Morgana. Super messed up when you really think about it. Wait, no, I was ready. Song. Bro, they had Garrus? Who did this list? That's a big stand down, like for sure. Oh, it's from Hard Drive. Okay, Hard Drive is a rage bait, like onion-like shitposting website. So I don't know how serious they are with that list. See that there's a more ominous song right now, so I'm gonna need that. Yeah, I think she's not yeah, because I've seen way worse and more annoying characters. Like Ashley doesn't really register, and you have not seen the remake Ashley 2, I think, and she's even better. Like in the remake. go back to the fire blocker. Yeah, and then your and also the kind of horror your stipulation of playing horror games specifically in October too. Like the time got away from you there. But I'll certainly be replaying it. It is still my goal to do the RE3, RE4, RE7, and RE8 playthroughs in the lead up to Requiem in February. So no, bitches. This is like your quintessential JRPG side quest, yes. Yes. Operation cargo crane for loading vehicles brought here from the Lamorne teleporter went out of control. The arm lock in the socket at its base can be released with a powerful burst of beam energy. There we go. And I need the grapple. Yep. Yep. They're coming in all shapes and colors now. Yeah, they do. They do, man. It's it is one of those days today. It's a weird Tuesday. In that case, if you notice, the account, the Twitch user had a different username than the one that they were saying add me to this. So that tends to be a very big giveaway. It's to me, it's insane that you have to 100% this game or get an amiibo to get music in the New Game Plus run of this game. That to me is wild. But I thought that was acceptable. I'm just like super curious to see like how this game's gonna sell, like because Metroid Prime's usually not a good seller. Certainly no one's gonna stop them now. They already made the Switch 2 the fastest selling new console in a year, so... Yes, the next something, I think it was called. Xbox being the 4th place in a in like a 3-man war is probably the most. That's literally adding salt to the wound, to like to a disaster, because it's like, I understand you didn't put that console on sale, but that's also pretty indicative that it's like, you have zero resonance in the market now. Me neither. And the worst part is that console is basically Kinect. So it's like, it's that's the worst part about all that. Shot me. Sony psyop. It's like we're in this phase where of like, how bad can things get for Xbox? Like, and then the bar just keeps getting lower and lower. You guys are so ridiculously lower and lower that you're like, there's no way this is real. Ooh, what's this? Viola boost tank acquired. Maximum Viola boost capacity increased by 1. Cool. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, at that point, just stop selling the console at that point. Like, if they want to increase the price, especially with that whole thing of that they didn't even account for the RAM shortages that Sony did. Yeah, those price increases are coming again. To me personally, I'm not happy that that's happening to Xbox, because I hate the idea of this becoming just a 2-man race, and the two that are like remaining in the battle are the cockiest of them all right now. Yep. But it kind of just goes to show that the people that made Xbox, like what it was, they're no longer there. And people that took over and have remained there for so long have not been... like, they have just not been good for the brand, unfortunately. And the most insane part is like, it's like a sports coach that every season is just not like... You know what it reminds me of? Do you remember when Wenger was in Arsenal? He was there for so long, even with the bad seasons. Yeah. It's like them keeping Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, Aaron Greenberg, Matt Booty, like, despite everything, showing that it had just not worked. And I know people have said that they had given Xbox like success in other areas, like getting Minecraft in, like ABK bringing in all the money and all of that. So it's like I kind of get that angle, but at the same time, it's like look what it's happened, like what it's done to the brand itself. Juice. But I feel like so many excuses have been given to like what's happened to Xbox, and I think that a lot of people have given them he got you guys for he got you players for cheap. He did too much with too little. Yeah. Until finally time ran out. But look where like how's Arsenal doing, by the way? Oh fuck! I missed jump. Damn it. There we go. Now let's go to that shrine.
If you're unsure where to go, there's always exits where the unsurveyed areas is. Check this way out.
Cool. Always the injuries, right? So even that happened. Man. What else is here? It's a missile tank. Okay, so I can't be here. Cluster of crystals over here. Yeah. Like from that wrap up, yeah. That's certainly a mix of the amount of time that I played that game for review, and also I idled a lot while I had that thing on. So and Shadows is certainly a game that, especially now, I don't love. Like it has not aged particularly well in my opinion of it. Like as time has kind of gone on. And part of me bumps me out that I feel that way, because there's elements of it that are actually great, but there's just so much about it that it's so wrong. And I feel like Ghost of Yote in particular is the thing that exposed, like 100% exposed to me, like the problems that Shadows had in storytelling and bloat and so much. And when I think also how long it took me to beat Shadows, like the character arcs of Shadows are so like compartmentalized and so scattered because of the open nature of the hunts and all of that. Exactly, Luis. Exactly. And the worst part is like Shadows is bloated, and the way that you move through that world is so also annoying. Because you're like sliding down, you're just like it's not as enjoyable to move through that world like an Odyssey. And Odyssey was the last game from these people too. So it's like in so many ways, they build Shadows as kind of like the next gen like evolution to their formula, but in a way it's like a step backwards. Like a massive step backwards. It's, yeah, exactly, Luis, exactly. Especially consider that Luis, like Yasuke and Naue is like Yasuke was with the group that killed Naue's father, and they very quickly became like buddies. There's like no tension whatsoever over the fact that Yasuke was like in the league, even though against his will, against the people you're trying to kill and all that. And that very quickly was like, yeah, we'll just we're working together. We're buds now. It's like it's just so. It's cowardly, I would say. It's like which is unfortunately a lot of Ubisoft storytelling has become so cowardly in like their effort to not try to offend and all of that. Yeah, it's just so they always land on a good idea and they just stop at the idea and they don't develop it further. Like the one time that kind of worked for them was like in recent time was probably Star Wars Outlaws, because that in that game they were already constrained by Star Wars. So it's like they didn't really have to think much on that, and it delivered. At least in that perspective, like Outlaws delivers a fun, don't think about it too much, Star Wars romp. And yep, like you said, it's like at least the arc of K in that game it felt more defined, even when it has to split, even when the storytelling splits in that game. It's still just you, and the way it splits is like you're just finding the three separate outlaws that you want to get into your Ocean's 11 style heist. A little bit more straightforward, but like the non-linear middle section storytelling of that game kind of like at least had the simplicity within it that made it work. In Shadows, with the dual protagonist nature, it doesn't work. Like, it just doesn't. The game is pretty, though. Especially if you play it on a PS5 Pro or on a PC. That's the one area that I have to give Shadows its props. Especially once, like, the seasons start changing and all that. But it's, like, it's so... It's one step forward in visuals and a step backward in so many ways. And I recently was I reinstalled Assassin's Creed Origins also, and this was also particular because I was listening to the soundtracks of the Assassin's Creed series. Like Shadows doesn't even have a memorable song to it, and there's just so many memorable songs from other Assassin's Creed games. It's like, where is like the motif that when you think about that motif, you remember, like you still remember like the vibe, the feeling of being in that, in like, I don't get it either, Luis. Like, I don't get it. Like, they hired the same like composer. Obviously, I always prefer, like, for example, Jesper Kyd and Sarah Schachner. What they did with, like Jesper Kyd, he did Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood. I like Lorne Balfe, who did Revelations and 3. Brian Tyler did whatchamacallit, Black Flag, which is an incredible, like, pirate motifs. Sarah Schachner kind of joined in with Unity. Then Austin Wintory did really good London style underground, like Sherlock Holmes ish, like Robert Downey Jr. and Guy Ritchie Sherlock Holmes like music and Syndicate. Sarah Schachner with like the Egyptian austere aura. Odyssey, like I don't know what, like I don't remember who was the composer in Odyssey, but like even then, like the you could feel the Greekness of Odyssey even. It does too, but then like for example, Nova, like I still think about some of like the music from Yote. There's so much like I feel like there's many ways that you can do really cool Japanese vibe that sticks with you, and Shadows just didn't have that. And having Yote kind of next to it, kind of like is the thing that that underlines that even more for me. It's just so like I certainly like I've come to terms that one reason why I was probably more positive early on with Shadows was the fact that that game unfortunately got caught up in the how can I say it, like the culture war bullshit, and that inherently wants to make you be more defensive about it because you know that that game was being attacked over the stupidest things. But now removed beyond that noise and seeing it for what it was, it's like, yeah, it's like it's still like it's not the disaster the naysayers wanted, but it's still not good. I don't think it's like it's barely good. I would say like at its core, and that could be the thing too, Nova. There's like the particular skills for the composer for Odyssey, which now that because we're talking about it now, like I want to see like who was this composer for Assassin's Creed Odyssey composer. Yeah, it was a British duo, Joe Hansen and Alexis Smith. So it was probably their sensibilities are just probably not. They do. Oh, well, yeah. Look, I mean, I mean, it's like I know it's hard work and all that. It's just that they did fail. Like they like just frankly, it's like that's probably like a big reason why Shadows just doesn't. Fear of Chris isn't siding with the Donbass. I don't want to be exactly. It's like that's the unfortunate kind of nature of kind of like what was happened with Discourse with so much stuff in recent times. But it's like they like to call spade a spade. They did great with what they did with with the Odyssey soundtrack. Like I still think of the way they remix Ezio's theme with like with the Greek motifs, Cassandra's theme, the main theme for Odyssey. I still remember it. Dun, 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 dun. Like I still I still remember it. That doesn't happen to me with Shadows either. So that's when I know that like they unfortunately were not able to like do the music that played like to their strengths as composers, and also like that like, and I feel like there's so many games where yeah, the Medusa fight, oh my god, now I remember it. And then when you mix it to the fact that for some reason Ubisoft Quebec, the way they do cutscenes is so robotic compared to how Montreal does them, which are a little bit more like animated. It's like I was really like taken aback how robotic the cutscene quality is for the majority of Shadows, like a lot. And that's like in stark contrast to the fact that there's some cinematic presentation that they did improve a little bit, but like yes, like there's just so much in that game that it's like that just misses the mark, and to me that's sad considering that was the Assassin's Creed that a lot of people wanted the most. Now, and this is kind of where I have to kind of put my biases like out there too. Like, I never wanted an Assassin's Creed game in Japan because I would say stubborn. It was probably stubbornness. Yeah. Whoever gets shadows in it. At most, it's an 8. I mean, it was an 80 on Open Critic for sure. But like higher than that, it's like it's just not. It's just not it. Like, and to me, like, I know a lot of people wanted feudal Japan, but I always knew that kind of like what I like of Assassin's Creed the most is more ancient cities, like architecture and things like that. And I always knew that Japan just doesn't give itself to that kind of, like, I always knew it was more open terrain and all that, and the recent Assassin's Creeds dabble too much in open terrain instead of like the parkour element of whatchamacallit, going to a city, parkouring in the city, and Sandbite is for sure, it's kind of that. It's just kind of not the thing that I like the most out of an Assassin's Creed game to me. And also I have to kind of put out that even at me that I know history, I don't know Japan history like I do Egyptian, like I did Greek, like I did Roman, and all of that. Where I feel like I had a little bit more more of a handle, and I certainly prefer like slightly more modern Japan for me personally, or kind of like how even Jote or Tsushima does it. But then at the same time, those are more samurai games, so I kind of like, I'm more mentalized that I'm playing more of a samurai game when I play those games than I do like I'm playing as an assassin, which obviously there's like the shinobi. There's kind of like the shinobi fantasy that is like, at least from like a stealth perspective, it kind of fits. But then that also goes into like a big problem that I have with Shadows, that it has great stealth mechanics and just has horrible level design that copy pastes its levels so often that I feel like those are great stealth mechanics in need of better levels, basically. And that to me is so sad, because I feel that they did nail a bunch of stealth fundamentals in Shadows. But it's like, it's not just mechanics that make a great stealth game, it's also how you design your world. Trust me, Nova, like, I wouldn't put it past them that they AI prompted, hey, copy and paste all these layouts, because every fortress that you, especially if you do a completionist run, like, the stealth sections in the castles are literally like copy pasted, and especially if you're trying to complete all of them, it's like you start noticing it. The Ubisoft CEO has basically said as much, Luis. Like he said that they want to go all in on AI generation, and it's like, man, it's like it's just sad times. it really is just sad. And that's like the one thing that I have to like give so many props to Yote, because like they understood not to blow their game up too much, and so much of that game feels curated too, and it stands out even more. And that was kind of like that's a big reason why I considered going for the platinum for Shadows, and then I was like, you know what, no, like, can't do it. Like this is boring me to tears. It's so copy and pasted, like, and because the game is even bigger than even Odyssey, which Odyssey also suffered copy pasted elements too, but that was at the beginning before like we got even bigger stuff. Valhalla suffered this too, though I would say Valhalla has at least more architectural variety to it. That game is just too bloated for its own good. But it had amazing music. I would say, like, definitely go listen to the Valhalla OST again. Like, if you haven't, it's like there's some real bangers there. Yep, no, and that to me like makes me so sad to think that there's gonna be a lot of people trained to not understand good level design, and that's probably what some of these developers that want to go the AI route want to do. Like, I made the joke and I still stand by it. Like, when I played Mind's Eye, that shit gave me the vibes that that entire thing was AI generated, because holy crap, the lifelessness of almost all of its design was astonishing, like to an incredible degree. And I said that I wouldn't put it past them that it was actually AI generated, because those same guys like did R&D for NFTs like 3 years ago. So so we gotta go to the ice mountain now that I have the fire. So I'm gonna go get my ice gun over there. They've been stealing a living for far too long. I mean, they stole my time and my sanity for sure. Man, I'm glad that I caught me finishing Mind's Eye on stream. I'll treasure that for as long as I live. That was, oh man. And Luis here was with me like when I was finishing that game. Boy, how that thing ends was just like, what? There's no way that this is how this thing ends. Like, no way. I still think about how bad that ending was. Indeed, yeah. Me neither. It's like yeah, to me, like that game is just a perfect example of hubris, like the hubris of an executive producer that felt that he was too big for his own bridges, that believed his own hype, and overplayed probably like his contributions to one of the biggest franchises ever in GTA. That he felt, oh yeah, I produced that thing, even though I wasn't the creative, I can do it too. And Mindset is literally that, and it's like, yeah, it's very clear that you had nothing to do with why those games worked in the first place, and it's like, to me, it's insane that that game was allowed to go out like it did. It's hilarious to me that the final day of their Black Friday sale, they were like, oh yeah, patch 1.6 is out. We fixed the campaign. Plus other stuff. Come join us, guys. Oh no, he didn't need to. He just watched me, he watched me beat it. And that was enough. I did it so that he didn't have to. Hey, I got that plat, Nova. I did get it because they just hand it to you. It really is a scarlet letter of shame. This internal secrets damage caused here with sense from the field. There cannot be opened. What am I supposed to do here then? Yeah. I do love Nova that everyone that there's finished mindset, everyone has always tells people you got the plat right because that game just hands it to you. So it's like you might as well just go all in. Very confused about what to do right now. But yeah, like literally, no. If you were to, for some reason, play Mind's Eye like on PC and all that, you would get the all the Steam achievements. It's literally that. It's like the equivalent of the Telltale of the old Telltale Platinums. These are just literally completion trophies. So. Especially if you were not. Oh, there it is. Okay. Especially like it's weird playing those Telltales just for the platinum and not trying to play them for the story. So that's kind of a reason why I actually was like very happy that a game like Dispatch, like didn't just give you a platinum for. Sorry, my back's kind of hurting a little bit. Like that game didn't just hand you a platinum like old school Telltale, because there's more stuff to do in that game. There's more for reasons to kind of go back and experiment. I'm gonna get the electricity gun in this thing because it's asking me a lot about electricity right now. Or I'm gonna get the grappling hook. There's a lot of grappling hook nodes. But to be fair to you, Nova, like the that Game of Thrones game from Telltale wasn't very good either. It's playing it just to plat it, I could see why you hated it too. Snowy mountain. Those were certainly the days. I certainly do miss that. If I had those kind of free time days, or if I wasn't streaming, I would probably like waste my time with, or if I wasn't reviewing either, I would certainly go for platinums more. As it stands, I will always be proud that I got the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Platinum, despite the fact that thing broke me to my very core. Yep, DQ11 is yours. and then of course you had to go through that ordeal where you lost that save, which, gosh, I still think about that. It's like, missiles. Gosh. Always immaculate vibes. The ice belt. Off-grid LED guide light. Fuses oxygen and hydrogen from the surrounding environment, generating heat, light, and electricity. Ooh. Wolfies. Oh, this is interesting. Like, do I have to kill all these wolves or can I get out of here? I guess that answered my question. Snow wolf. To kill the wolves, damn. Oh. I guess I needed to lose. Conduit access hatch. Used by maintenance tanks, the red light indicates it is offline and locked. Routes various kinds of data currently offline.
All clear. I never thought I'd meet the legendary bounty hunter, Samus. In a place like this. Corporal Rieger Tokabi, Fed Sniper, Herc Unit Delta.
This is like he did like he came straight out of Halo.
Where are we? We were deep in gunfire. I lost visuals, then woke with a busted comms unit and a leg to match. Now, I tried to access this terminal, but the only thing I could get operational was the gun. That's it. Then I see this here. What do you make of it? Oh, you were able to activate this. A map of the facility. But it's corrupted. Ah, you want to go there. In that case, this elevator is the only way down. But the power's offline. One moment. There. That must be the generator room. I think we can bring it back to life. All right, you have the map. I'm no good with this leg, so I'll have to keep an eye on you from here. Luck be with you.
Okay, at least this guy's not as... Yay! As Mackenzie.
I'll keep an eye on things from here. Least I can do.
This looks very alien. They're so strong, indeed. Yeah, again, this game is 10 out of 10 vibes for sure. And art. And for sure, certainly stronger, not in the desert. I totally get the complaints there. Even as someone that likes the space in between spaces of loneliness. I think the fact that we needed to overimpose the near music for it to feel good says a lot. And just a reminder that that Nier soundtrack is so goated. Well, during the Psychic era, blocks passages with wall psychic energy. These locks can be released using collected TTK codes. It's a safe spot.
Primus? You hear me? I patched into the facility speakers. I can use them to communicate. I noticed that several rooms were unlocked at once. That was you, wasn't it? Nice. Proceed with caution. You never know what's lurking.
Research sample containing TK code. Secret code fragment collected. No abnormal effects from dosage increase. Stock car for performing internal and external repairs and cryopods, including circuitry replacement and cooling system upkeep. Used for transporting and storing medicine and other supplies, it is equipped with climate control features. Device for complex genetic sequencing used to evaluate the organism and analyze genetic mutations. They actually do. They recently added them. Nova. You have to buy the game to be able to review it. So, if anything, that's a little bit of a rake. We can actually check. Actually. So let's see. Fallout. Let's see. Fallout 4. What are the masses saying? Or was it? Let me see. No, it was a view product. It's at a 458 after 153k ratings. That's how they do it over there. Yeah. The Xbox, I would say, probably has a better rating system within the store, because you cannot edit here. You can only like give it a star rating. So that right now it has 4.5. Actually, oh, anniversary edition. Let me see something. No, it's still the same. It's the same rating. So I wonder if a lot of people like rated it highly early and they have not been able to edit it. But let's check on Xbox. Actually, let's see. Let's see. The library, because I own it. Fallout 4. Game card. Show in store. $76,998. I'll check back in another 10 years to see what Fallout 4 Ultra Final Redux Mega Edition breaks. It just works. The game is completely broken. Everyone disliked that. I'm not tapping all Bethesda's poor choices for Fallout 4's update. Not worth my money. Your update somehow made this more unstable than my ex-wife. I have over 3,000 hours in the game, and at one point I played this game nearly every day. Yet since the next-gen update dropped, I barely played at all. Y'all came back, added more Creation Club stuff, and proceeded to scrap the mods tab. You suck, Bethesda. Bethesda likes... Yeah. But look at all these 1-star reviews that it's getting over in the Xbox side. Anniversary seeing awards in the next gen update. Please fix Boston. What the hell? The game is not broken. Please, Bethesda, at least stop it from crashing. Resell these. Like, seriously. It was fun. That is funny, though. Especially because every time that they update it, it's insane that it's gone mostly negative from a mostly positive. That really just goes to show how much they royally messed it up. It's a snake. Ooh, what's this? Is it the grapple hook? Yes, finally. BuzzFeed. Oh, so they're still doing the... What's the mechanic if you're not using the motion controls? Because this is the same controls as they were in Wii. Displaying organism laboratory hologram data download authorized. Area map acquired. Map data for this area has been downloaded. Press to open the map screen. What I need is a safe spot. Is that too much to ask? Physicals. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I mean, it's funny you mention that because we talk about Matty a lot. Like, it is always funny hearing like his journey with Fallout 4. Him as a big Fallout fan, where he's infamously called Fallout 4 around the launch time near perfect, and that's something that's always haunted him for a while. And that's always one of my favorite pieces of Matty trivia. So I'm missing one piece. Where would that thing be? this was the spot. Going up. Oh. Sample vial containing a TTK code. Yes, there we go. We have gotten the code. Open sesame. And that's kind of like a big.
Whatever you're doing, it's working.
I'm gonna say
Keep
this.
it up.
The big catch-22 of the era where we are now, that a lot of people prefer YouTube than using a website, is that people just like knowing, like, who a reviewer actually is beyond just the byline. Like traditionally, like it would be the opposite, where it was like you would go to hear a website's official thoughts on things, despite the fact that it was always an individual giving their thoughts on things. But I feel more people have actually kind of gotten the memo of what you want to do is find the people that you align with, or that at least you understand what their tastes are, so you can at least get an honest recommendation from them, because at least you know that they kind of like or don't like the same things that you do. So I know that I always said that I remember getting burned later, and like in the late 2010s of IGN, when so many people had left and they had brought new people in and they were like reviewing, and I bought a lot of reviews on blind recommendations of, oh, this scored high, so I'm gonna get it, and then I'm like, I did not like this, and then that's when it really hit me. That I was like, like I really need to like better hear the opinions from someone that aligns, so that way that I cannot just trust a review like in good faith anymore. And exactly like Nova, like Alien Isolation is probably like the biggest example, like in recent times, even me having experienced it for the first time, like be like, yeah, it's like I cannot see anything less than a 7 for this, and I see like the people that really love it, like they have a point. So I think this is. No. I would say this seems like a good spot to end today's 3-hour stream for Metroid. Dude, it's that's why the Alien stream is probably my favorite stream that I did this year, because those clips will always be funny. I was like that little alien showing up there, that was like so particularly scripted, like unscripted. It felt so scripted, but it wasn't. It was so funny, like or the alien just bomb rushing me, also having to dodge the two aliens at that like when you're like at their nest. Man, I can't wait for the sequel. I can't wait to have that experience, hopefully again soon. But so yeah, this was day 2 of me playing Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. On top of me just free talking about a lot of opinions regarding some games here. But that's just me. I just love talking games. And also, so we have acquired 2 keys out of 5. Oh, you're hoping the alien walks on walls in the sequel? Oh man, that would be nuts. Like if they would make the alien AI even more like nutty. Like that would be pretty wild. So yeah, so I'm still committing to a full playthrough for this game. So for sure I'll be back tomorrow. Thursday is gonna be the only day that I'm not gonna be streaming it. This week be on the weekend, because I'll be watching the Game Awards instead. So we're in the third. We left off in basically the third environment. So you wish it was more of a shooter. The motions could look odd on stream, probably different playing it. So that's kind of what's so funny. Like I don't think it plays bad playing it in a normal controller. I'm playing it on the pointer controller because I enjoy playing it like that on the Wii with Metroid Prime 3. There's just a precision to it that once you go back to like double stick and see like the limited movement, it just feels different for Metroid. But you can totally do it like a normal like a double stick shooter if you want. It does have an interesting like mouse. Right now it's on mouse mode. Right now, so I'm certainly enjoying it. It's definitely, I would say it's a great game. I certainly would say like the 80s. Still, I'm still kind of like aligned, kind of where it is. Like Prime, but after long immersive sims, like yeah, I would be interested to know like what an immersive sim Metroid would be if they would ever wanna retool with the formula. Like to me personally, I would love if I could get like a 3D Metroid that's actually 2D, kind of like Metroid Other M attempted. But they also did weird stuff with that game that I'm like, I don't know why you guys did it this way. But then like an immersive is like, I would really have to like really crank in my brain like how an immersive sim version of Metroid could work, especially because FPS it's so particular to Prime. Double jump, grappling hook, shooting puzzle, immersive sim code. Yeah, like I could kind of get it where you meet that way, especially with the like all these different abilities. Like, yeah, the DNA of the immersive sim is quite there, even though like at its core it's still like in the Metroid vein of like, you got this, so let's go open this other stuff and things like that. So I still need to play System Shock. I have to wish list System Shock 1 and 2 because I definitely want to get those like in the next sale, because I do like that style of immersive sim. So I will be back tomorrow, and hopefully like yeah. The reason why I started an hour late was because I kind of like pulled my back doing lifting some boxes, so I needed to put kind of like some ointments and all that to relieve. So let's see how I'm feeling tomorrow with that, but hopefully I can start earlier the stream. Let's see if we can finish this ice biome. we know there's 5 keys that we need to get that they've kind of sent me on. So we've gotten 2 out of 5. So let's see if we can beat this game. Like, I need to beat this game before the 22nd of December because I'm traveling. After after the 22nd, I won't be streaming until after January 8th. So I'm gonna be like on a 3-week hiatus from streaming after that. So let's see if we can beat it. I definitely want to beat this game before I leave. So I got exactly 12 days to do that. I don't think it's gonna be that long if like previous Metroid Prime games are like any indication. So I want to thank everyone that got to tune in both on the Twitch and the YouTube. So you want to beat Metaphor before December 15 because that's when Steam and Review drops. You kind of want to have it in Steam and Review. I respect that. Yeah, I respect that. I think you can. Like, if you like go back and no life it, you can probably do that. So, but yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Catch you for day 3. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy your night, and hasta la vista, baby. Peace out.